And you've been placed here on earth for a purpose. To change this world, to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Jesus touches a leper. Have you thought for a moment what a leper has to go through? And Jesus sees a leper, reaches out and touches him. Why? Why? When he touched that leper, instead of leprosy flowing to Jesus, life flowed from Jesus to the leper. When a dead girl is brought to Jesus, instead of Jesus not touching her, because if you touch a dead person, you have to go outside the city gates. Instead of Jesus says, no, I'm going to raise her from the dead. Life flowed from Jesus into her. And you are called to that same life-giving mission. You are supposed to be life in this dying world, going to places, suffering for people who could never pay you back. That's who you're supposed to be, made in the image of Christ. In that moment, my life, my theology, my everything was just rebooted. And I stood up from there, and I walked outside. By the way, I had been crying all night, so this is the next morning. I walk outside, and I know this sounds cliche, but it's true. Everything looked different. Everything looked different. It was the same apartment, the same tree, the same street, but it all looked different. And the one thing that looked the most different was when I saw someone walking across the street. Now, I'd seen that millions of times before, but for the first time, I realized that's not just someone, that's someone that God was willing to die for. Whether I live or die, it is for Christ that I live and for Christ that I die. And so do you, whether you realize it or not. You are so much more than you think. My brother or my sister, how much I wish, if you feel like you're not worth anything, if you feel like there's no purpose for you, if you feel like no one loves you, how much I wish I could just spend time with you and hug you and tell you about Jesus. But that's who you need to be, doing that for others. That's who we all need to be, doing this for this hurting world. You are loved. You are eternal. You are more valuable than anything you've ever seen. You're made in the image of God. Let's live according to that truth.